Hello and welcome back on my channel Sheet Metal Workshop. I'm here at Schwartmanns machines in Wesseling and I'm standing here between two laser cut machines. The one is the top model, the Ultra Cut, that works on coil up to 2 tons, so it can, and also wide up to 1,500 millimeter. I already did in the past some videos about it, so there will be more information if you want to have. You have just to look at the other videos. Now on the other side we have here the Pro Cut. That is the latest model. And that's got a cut area of 2,000 by 1,250 millimeters, but there's also a bigger version, for example, the 3,000 by 1,500 millimeters cut area. Well, both using the same software, and the software developing is always coming with new updates. So I like to show you some little update on the Ultra Cut, how it works, and let's go into it. Okay, well, this is the start screen, and if you want, you can here have an option. You can choose any language that's here. So we have here 25 languages. That's just optional. Okay, well, let's go directly into development. So here, this area, there are a lot of options, but we're going to choose the isometric sketch of pipe system. And there we are now in the pipe section to make, and we have here some basic parameters. So here we have the diameter, so I'm gonna change the diameter in diameter 250. Okay, and now you can see here automatically the radius appears and the segments appears. That's already made in the basic parameters. So just to show really quick, okay, so here I have on the left side a list, all diameters with the swage allowances, the overlap, and also the hole distances. So that's everything you can set up here in this list. And here on the right side there's a list for the segment bends. So for example, if we go down and we have here diameter 250, so I have already here put in the radius, and the length of the starter and end segment is always 200, and it's got a 3-part segment. So that's optional, so you can change those standards on your own and make another list just for an example. Okay, let's continue. So we're going now in the isometric. And that is our starter screen. So these are those arrows. It's the X, Y, and Z axis. And here we have also those arrows on the side. So you can choose, if you just click on the arrow, the pipe comes. And if I want to have start the pipe, for example, with a T. So now here I've clicked, here the T appears, and so I can make it a little bit bigger, yeah. So I can rotate it, and I can also make it disappear if I want. And now I want to modify it, so I'm going to make it shorter, 250 millimeters now shorter, and I want to make here, there's a new option here for a box. That's the new feature I want to show, so I'm going to click on it, and now a box appears. And now, for example, I want a different box and change it. So there's a second icon beside it. Wait a minute, yeah, here. So here the second icon. So I'm going to click on it. And now here a new window appears. And now I can here do some changes. So these are those 3 boxes. So I'm going to take box B. And you can now see here front views, how many parts or which part I want. So I'm going to take part number 1, and here down under you can also see the positions of the box. So now I'm going to give here, you can give here the information, for example here. So D is the diameter, so I'm going to change the diameter of 350. Okay, and now diameter inside, so that's actually the cutout. So my pipe is 250, so I'm going to make it 252. And here we have a second cutout. So you can also make a second cutout, for example, with a smaller diameter, but I'm going to use the same diameter. Now we have here the T, that is the front length, total front length. So I'm going to also make that 350 millimeter. Okay. And now we have A is exactly the center, so it gives automatically, but you can change it if you want it. It's optional. I'm going to leave it exactly in the center. So next what I'm going to do is now here I'm going to give on the length. So I'm going to give here the length 300. Okay, and that's it. And here we have here singled, so for the overlap, so I'm going to click here the overlap. Okay, so now we have here modified it, that box, see, and there you can see the overlap is on one side. But if you want, of course, you can change it anytime you want it. So if you want to have it on both sides again, you just go back here, see, click, tuck, and now you can see the pairs. You can see you have here on both sides now overlap if you want. Click directly on the number 8 and then on number 9. So you can also draw it like that. See, and now I want to change here also, for example, start a segment a little bit shorter, also make 250. Okay, so here I can rotate, and that's it. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it and do a cut. So here's the nesting result. I'm going to try to make it a little bit zoom in. So I'm going to move it so you can see here the blue text. That's the engraving on the metal. So that's segment number 2, diameter 250. And here you have those little lines. So this straight line, this vertical line is actually a female swage, and the small horizontal line is then the male swage. So we have here 2 male swages. So everything is engraved. And the same thing here also with the boxes. You can see here also the engraving. It's optional, you can also make holes if you want. So that's the folding line, and here is where the rounding starts. So that's actually it. So next thing what you're gonna do, it's also possible here, if you want to leave some segments out, you don't want to cut them, or you can also rotate. Well, that's it. So I will say, let's have a cut. Okay, well, we did now some finish on the Ultra Cut, and let's go now to the Pro Cut. Now I already have here put on a sheet metal coated. It's got a laser folia on it, so coated metal with laser folia is no problem. So the next what we're going to do, because the software is equal, just like on the Ultra Cut, we're going to make a box. And on that box there are new features to make, and I'm going to show you, explain the new features, and after that we're going to cut out and see the results. Okay, well, let's continue. Okay, now we are here in the box menu, and I'm going to give all those sizes really quick so we go a little bit faster through. And now we are here, the box I wanted to show. So this is the 3D part, and what I want to do is I want to make another seam here in this part here. So that would be part C. There I want to make a seam exactly here in the center. That's also a new feature. So therefore we go now in the next option here. So we have here A, B, C, D, all parts, and I want to have C, for example. So it's already divided in half. I can change that if I want it, but I'm gonna leave it. So let's have a look. And there it is. So you can see there the square with the outline yellowed outline, and that part is going to split in half. Now you cannot see now the red line, but there is overlap, so the overlap is included. And now we go to the next option here. For example, here are different options, and here I can also make here a seam. I can get any angle I want in it, so it doesn't matter. And now we're going to here in the next field, and for example I want to make another hole. So I'm gonna give here plus, and it starts here 90 degrees. So 90 degrees is the starting point. That's here up where the hole is on the box. So I'm gonna leave it 90 degrees. I'm gonna change the diameter here, and here distance from the front. So this is from the front until the center of the pipe, 150. We're also going to leave that, and let's have a look. So that will be now my cutout. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another cutout. So I want to have a second cutout from the side. And therefore we go again here in the menu. And then we come here. So here is also again back here, additional, add a cutout. And now I want to have a cutout, for example, on 180 degrees on the side. And I'm going to leave 50 millimeter, I'm going to leave. And also here, this one a little bit outside of center. And let's have a look. Well, that will be the result. You can see here now I have a cutout up and from the side out of center. So that will be it. So everything is possible. There are a lot of options to make with this program on boxes. You can here see also, I can here on round cap make inserts or flattenings. So that's also possible, and you can also make here those hatches, inserts. That was it. So we go now back here to see the nesting on the cut area. And there it is. So next thing what we're going to do is, let's have a cut. Okay, well, let's have a look. We have now tested a 3mm cut. So here, see that is here 3mm. So, okay, well, but here as you can see, 3mm is no problem. So stainless steel. This is actually a test cut, so you can also put it out. Okay, well, that was it. We have here the final test made. So 3mm stainless steel. So let me show here. This is the thickness, and you can see here exactly 3mm. And then we did with the Pro Cut, we cut the coated metal. So we go now back in my workshop just to show how this box looks like when it is fabricated. Okay, now we are here in my workshop now, and this is now the result. So I've put everything on the table, and we're going to just have a small look at it. So we have here engraved one, and here also is a small line. See if it goes 90 degrees against this line, that means there comes a female swage. And here also, okay, you can also adjust those lines maybe a little bit longer if you want. So these are the engraving, laser engraved, and here we have the second segment. So here you can see it's a little bit bigger, number 2. And here again, when the line goes like this, comes a female swage, and when it goes parallel with the side, then it gets a male swage. Now the box also, we have here box, so these are the plates of the box, also with the engraving, 1A, and this is the jacket of the box, also here 1A. Then we have here also a mark engraved, and here, that means here is where it's going to fold at 90 degrees. And if I put it here where this market is here, the rounding starts. So that's everything is marked. And then here with the other example where we have cut with the Pro Cut, coated metal, coated steel, see? So just gonna put off the protection to see. Okay, so, okay, well, that's it. I mean, it's a clean cut from both sides, so no burning edges. See? Okay, well, that's it. So I'm gonna skip the part where I'm gonna fabricate it. We go straight to the end result. Okay, well, we are almost at the end of the video, and I have fabricated everything. So we have the T-pipe, we got the band, and we got the box with the cutouts that also can really be an advantage. So I'm gonna test it. And as you can see here, just for the test, it's a really good, clean, fits here from the inside. So you can go here on the inside. Okay, well, that was it. So that is from the Ultra Cut, and then just like on the isometric here, the box comes, the band here in between. So that was actually what I wanted to show. And then we have here the coated metal. Also, we have here, just like I showed here, once a seam made here in this quarter part, we made a seam, cut it like that, and we have also here cut out 1, cut out 2, cut out 3, and we have here 4 cutouts what you can modify. So these were actually the new features on software, and also I wanted to show. Okay, well, that was it. So that was what I wanted to show. These were those new features with making those boxes in the pipeline or modification on some boxes. So these were the new features on the Pro Cut and on the Ultra Cut. Now, if there is anything you want to know, just let me know in the comments. Doesn't matter if it is about the software or about the laser cutter, just ask me and I will try to answer it. If you are interested in maybe buying one laser, now there's in the video description is a link directly to Schwartmanns where you can contact them. Okay, well, that was it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, thumb up, and see you in the next video.